Will you marry me?
If it's illegal. It
I
isn't.
hope-
Okay, now we're gonna talk about LGBT rights.
No.
Me, brother.
We're gonna talk about marriage. And how recently marriage is nothing more than just a social construct that people decide to, oh, you know what? I love you so much. I've known you for a month. Let's get married. And then a divorce follows in the next year.
You know what's funny?
What?
I know a couple of people our age that did just that.
Yeah, I know.
It isn't even next year. It's a couple of weeks later.
I know.
That's just soothing.
I know someone who was engaged 3 times. To the same person! Not saying who you are, I love you, but... Dude,
Damn, man.
I
Third
really...
time's the charm, I guess.
And no, it didn't work out. But
Fourth time's the charm.
I really do not understand how something... Because in the past, let's be, at least historically accurate a bit. In the past, marriage meant a life together. And if you go through a religious wedding, what do they say? Till death do us apart. Well, now it's like, well, till I get tired of you, do us apart. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't understand why people today think that they need to be married to be happy. And those people who do think that always end up divorced. There was a statistic in Portugal that around 90% of millennials get a divorce or don't go through with their wedding. Those numbers, do you know how scary that is? Because in the past, oh well, fuck, I'm gonna have a kid with this person. Well, it's better to just marry them and decide that the kid is gonna have a future with 2 parents. Again, my head goes off to single parents. They do an amazing job. They do everything they can. However...
Oh, shut up. I know you love single moms.
However, today, people go get married just for clout.
Yep.
It's literally clout and nothing more. They know that the relationship is not working, and they're like, well, you know what's gonna fix this relationship? A ring. And it's gonna be the most expensive ring so they don't fucking leave me, and then 2 months later, see ya. I really don't understand why marriage exists nowadays when it's literally nothing more than bragging rights right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I got divorced 7 times. Oh, only 7? I've been divorced 14. Like, how is that something that you should be bragging about?
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add? Because I can go on forever.
Yeah, no. Like, the thing I'm thinking about is certain social conditions have to be met for marriages to work. Nowadays, the conditions just aren't there. That's why so many marriages fall apart or don't even work in the first place. In the past, as you mentioned it, people didn't really date. Like,
True.
dating wasn't a concept.
True.
Usually you get an arranged marriage, and the marriage part...
Jesus Christ.
Thank you, neighbors. And the marriage part was actually the dating. So there wasn't a break. Nowadays, there's a break. You're dating someone, you decide, okay, enough's enough, let's get married. And you bring in the government, you bring in the church, you bring in the families. And now, people tend to think, okay, it's more serious. But the things that you do in marriage, you'd have done in a relationship. But now there's a lot more pressure.
Yeah.
And I think it's that pressure that actually breaks a lot of marriages. Because when you people are just dating, okay, it's all fun and games. But when it's serious, when the government's involved with the law, with the church, with both families intertwined, then there's a lot more pressure. And facts are facts, but people break under pressure. People don't like to be placed under pressure. And I think that's the most... Well, it's the most significant problem, really. Social conditions. Because if it isn't special like it was in the past, then of course marriages won't last. Of course they're going to be treated as relationships. They're basically the same thing. They've been equated.
Yeah.
A marriage just adds pressure. That's the only thing that's unique about marriage and dating now.
I mean, I'm gonna be a bit contradictory here to my previous statement.
Okay.
I somewhat understand why there are so many marriages nowadays that are, oh, we've been dating for 5 months, let's get married. Because you get economical benefits,
Yeah.
which are very important in today's economy.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot live, most people cannot live a normal life if they're alone. 2 salaries under the same roof makes life a bit better. And I understand people who go into a marriage for that financial stability. But it doesn't change the fact that marriage today is just taken, like I said, as bragging rights. It's just bragging rights. It's not about love. And I really do think marriage should be about love. If you love the person, you don't need the government to be married, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because marriage should be between 2 people. That's about it. I love you, you love me, we're fucking married.
We're a happy family.
But it still boggles my mind how so many people who are in a failing relationship think that a marriage can fix that. Why would you think that? Why would you ever think that? But I really don't want to dig my hole more than I did.
One thing I wanted to mention, specifically within relationships, and this is something that's apparent among the younger generations, that wasn't present among the older generations. It's a different sentiment. You've heard it, everyone has heard it. It's like, the boomers like, in my day, when something was broken, we used to fix it, not get a new one. And yeah, that's true. But as I mentioned earlier, you have to look at the social conditions. Things that were acceptable back in the day just aren't acceptable anymore. Gaslighting, something that people don't accept nowadays, that was commonplace back in ye olde days when Grandpa was around.
It still is. It still is.
Yeah.
Everyone gaslights.
Yeah. But now people are more aware of it, that it exists.
It was me gaslighting you.
No, it wasn't.
What wasn't?
Okay, yeah. But what I was saying, even physical abuse. Back in the day, and being from a traditional background, usually, I know that's the case for Macedonia, I don't know for more traditional countries, but there's a saying that you don't love the other person if you don't beat them. And that's just like, what?
Yeah.
Nowadays, the younger generations don't accept that. Like, if you beat me up, see you later. See you in prison.
And that's good.
Yeah,
And that's
good.
good.
Yeah, that is good. Back in the old days, that was just commonplace.
Yeah.
So, I understand the sentiment, yeah, we don't want to fix something that's broken. But sometimes, a relationship isn't broken. It's fucked. Like, there's no way to fix a fucked relationship. There's a way to fix a broken relationship. But if it's fucked, it's fucked. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, the thing is, even if it's not broken, even if it's not fucked, if something is better, then we do need to replace that thing. Even if it's not broken, we do need to replace it because it's better. That's how science works. Yo, we believed in this thing, but now this thing is better, so this is simplifying it. I know it doesn't work like that, but I'm trying to prove a point. Like, just because something is not broken, sure, change it if it's better. But today I feel like something was broken, and we changed it with something that is broken as well.
In a different way.
Yeah, definitely in a different way. But it's still broken.
Yeah.
And we do not try to improve that thing. And like I said, I really do not understand why people think that marriage or a kid can save a fucked relationship, as you said. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't get it.
One thing that's like a fact, with most relationships, you're gonna have to settle if you want to be happy. Like, you can't have the perfect relationship. It just isn't possible. So you're gonna have to settle for a few things. But nowadays, there's so many options, the people don't even realize that. Even if they did realize at one point, they forget it. Like, you may have settled for someone, but then you look at the options online, like, Okay? Nice. Nice. And after a while of doing that, you're like, huh, why did they even settle in the first place? I can do much better. Divorce. And what usually happens? Oh no, it isn't as I expected it would be. Options ruin us.
They do.
Like, and not just in marriage, even in dating. Options ruined us.
I mean, everyone thinks that the grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
But your grass is not green because you do not try to take care of it. And even if you go to the other side where the grass is greener, that grass is gonna get fucked because you do not take care of it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, that's just me.
It is what it is.
So let us know if you would marry us, and if we would get a divorce.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah. Just know that we're worth at least 10 camels and the best goat of the herd.
Yeah, that's a fair trade.
Don't lowball us. We know what we're worth.
That's a fair trade. But as always, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.